Did you know that the Amazing Digital Circus has several intriguing characters that have remained in the shadows and haven't been utilized? At least, not until now. Just to give you an idea, one of these characters would be Jax's sister, who already has a name and a well-defined mental profile. Another one would be Kinger's girlfriend, who is the key to explaining his terrible fear of insects and the fact that he is constantly on the brink of madness. Throughout our video, we will also talk about Greta, Doobie, Dr. Football, and some other characters from the Amazing Digital Circus who will appear at some point in the show. Want to know everything about it? Well, just grab a chair and join us for the next few minutes. Gooby! To kick off our list, we have to talk about one that appears to be one of Goose's favorite characters and will probably appear in the next episode. Gooby! Gooby is definitely the product of a very, very creative mind, as she is a woman made of balloons, the same kind used by clowns at children's parties to entertain kids, as we can see in the image provided by the series creator introducing Gooby. But even though she has the flexibility of being used as a balloon, Gooby has the characteristic of never popping, which makes perfect sense, as if she were to pop, she could deflate quickly, just like any party balloon. Her predominant colors are yellow, pink, and orange, and she is quite cheerful, indicating that she may be friendly, just like Greta. We will find out all about this in the upcoming episodes and address all these doubts. Hoyotote! This is certainly the most imposing character yet to appear in the Amazing Digital Circus. It's a very menacing version of a giant strong rooster that can even make the ironic Jax serious and even scared. And it seems the character is a big fan of popcorn, which, as we all know, is made of corn, the primary food for chickens. This could be a sort of ironic twist, since at some point, a human ended up becoming Poyotote by putting on the headset, similar to what happened to Pomni. This popcorn hint and the character could indicate that each representation of the digital characters living in the tent and their digital forms may be related to their personal preferences. Maybe Kinger likes chess, and Pomni enjoys a good card game, and Greta might be a doll collector. All of this would make a lot of sense, don't you agree? Greta! Greta is one of the characters personally developed by Gooseworks, the creator of the show. She was revealed by Goose herself on her X profile. The character basically consists of an extremely sinister version of the Little Mermaid, with sharp and pointed teeth and an expression of pain on her face. This can be justified by the fact that she is a sea creature living outside of it, which would constantly irritate her, similar to Zooble, who is always complaining about something. Being a mermaid, even if digital, she would move by dragging herself around, since she wouldn't have legs, but rather a tail. The Glitch team's promise is that she will appear soon in one of the next 8 episodes that Gooseworks confirmed the Amazing Digital Circus will have in its first season. Maybe she will appear as a new character, or even as an old one that was abstracted a long time ago. What do you think is more likely to happen? Comment below to let us know. Jaj! If you're a fan of the Amazing Digital Circus, you must have seen this little creature's image at some point. She has a name, and it's Jaj, and she was created to be nothing less than Jax's even more psychotic twin sister. And she would be so fierce that she could even leave Jax completely injured, which, let's face it, would be extremely insane. But instead of being tall and slim, she would be small and have a constant psychotic look. It really seems like wickedness and psychopathy run in Jax's family, doesn't it? The concepts show her in various moments, but always alongside Jax, which would indicate the affinity between the two. Personally, I quite like Jax, just like most fans of the Amazing Digital Circus, and seeing a smaller and, let's say, sarcastic version of him would be pretty cool, don't you think? Jaxi! Since we're talking about characters related to Jax, let's also talk about Jaxi, who was basically created to be, guess what, Jax's girlfriend. This would certainly be a massive shock to all the millions of fans who at some point shipped Jax and Pomni. But if you're one of those, like us, you can rest assured that Jaxi was actually a creation of the series fandom. In other words, she wasn't official. That's right, you heard it correctly, she wasn't. In the past. Because Gooseworks liked the design of Jaxi so much that she was considering using the character in the upcoming episodes. However, at some point the idea was discarded by the show's team, and we don't know if it was due to copyright issues or for some other reason. Or maybe, who knows, she might not have been truly discarded and could end up appearing in the upcoming episodes, and they fooled us. That certainly wouldn't be impossible, don't you think? Queenie! Some characters on this list are in a unique condition, fitting into the category of you know them but you don't know them. Confusing, right? But that's normal when we're talking about the Amazing Digital Circus, where the craziest things can happen. Queenie is the character with her image displayed on one of the doors with an X on it. Created to be Kinger's counterpart, Queenie was developed to be the companion of the chess-mad king. She's still in the digital circus, and maybe you don't remember her. That's probably because she ended up becoming one of those creatures that Kane puts in the circus basement after they turn into those dark beings like we saw Kaufmo become. It's practically certain that she will be introduced over the course of the season, with much more detail, which we'll love to discover. Doobie! Doobie would be another character that we've all seen but don't really know yet. We're talking about the human dog who definitely went insane and turned into one of those shadowy beings with multiple eyes that live in the basement of the circus. We know this happened at some point thanks to that huge X above his figure. Few details have been reported about him so far, apart from the fact that he and Jax belong to the same group, but that leaves room for many interpretations, such as, are they in the same group because both characters are inspired by animals? Or is it because both of them have strong sociopathic tendencies? This is something we'll have to wait a little longer to find out, as he will undoubtedly appear in one of the upcoming episodes, possibly even in flashback format before going completely insane. Dr. Football. You surely remember the scene in the pilot episode where Pomni opened a door and it seemed like an NPC doll was inside a bathtub, gazing out of a window that appeared to show a blue sky. Well, maybe you didn't even realize, but that character isn't an NPC like those in the restaurant with Kane and Bola. We say this with certainty because there is even a room with a figure of a doll on the door, and there's no X on it. And, thinking about it, it wouldn't make any sense to have a room exclusively for an NPC, so that character is undoubtedly another resident of the circus tent. And Gooseworks herself confirmed this, even stating that the character has a name and is called Dr. Football. The mystery of the character seems to be something that will be heavily explored throughout the series, and why he has the power even to release those giant and bizarre masks to avoid being bothered when he's in the bathroom. Actually, when you think about it, I don't think anyone likes to be disturbed, especially in a place like the bathroom, don't you agree? Bonus! Nameless characters. Besides all these characters we've listed above, there are many other character drafts created and disclosed by Gooseworks herself that leave us very intrigued about the possibility of them actually appearing in the series. Some of them have the design of a frog, another is a sinister version of a little clown with a scary countenance. But there's also a friendly butterfly and even a puppet made of socks with some buttons in place of eyes. Not to mention all the other characters that appeared with their faces overlaid with an X on the doors of the rooms. In total, there have been more than 20 different characters created for the digital circus. Whether they'll all appear in the episodes is a mystery, but for sure many of them will show up soon. And I'm super excited for that to happen. These were all the 8 characters from the amazing digital circus that have already been created and mostly have names, and you probably didn't even know about them. Which one did you like the most and want to see appearing first in the upcoming episodes of the craziest animated series of recent times? I'd love to see Jax's sister, make an appearance. She seems like a lot of fun. And since we know you can have even more fun with us, we've selected these video options here for you to choose from. I have to tell you, the one at the bottom is really cool. Thanks, and until next time.